job, buddy. You run right there.
What is going on, everyone, and welcome to another race here for the No Toad Racing League Cup Series. Tonight we are at the tricky triangle, the 2.5 mile turn, 3-turn triangle, you can call it. It's interesting here because every corner is different. It's not your typical oval, your left turning track, you can say, that you go to, where turns 1 and 2, or same with 3 and 4. Everything's different here. See a couple guys on track, and we'll go ahead and we'll watch over Nelson here, who is having a really good season. Unfortunately, cannot display points. We don't have updated points, but Michael Nash still in the lead by roughly about 50 points. So really, all you have to do these next 2 weeks is show up and race, and Michael Nash will be back-to-back Cup Series champion. But Nelson coming fresh off that victory last week at New Hampshire. Also, we got another car out there. Justin Adams rocking a new paint scheme. We'll probably show that throughout the race. You hear him in the booth sometimes talking about Gary's giddy-up drink. He actually went and had a paint scheme done for that. And there it is right there. Gary's giddy-up drink. I think he has a photo. So take a look at his hood. He had a logo he wanted me to show about. I'm sorry, Justin. Can't show it because if I make it smaller, you can't read what's going on. These guys got a couple minutes left here in practice. I think about a minute. No, not even that. 30 seconds left. We'll go to qualifying. Currently your fastest time. No shocker here. The professor, once again, taking the students to class. Creeler not too far off him. Creeler in his 99. Really nice looking Spotify scheme. Practice time, he's only a little more than a tenth off. Skylar Carnes coming out here, making a showing. Skylar Carnes, one of the guys who can possibly be up there at the end on a long run. Give Benjamin a run for his money. We're really seeing Benjamin's drawing so all season long. Has been on that long run. We got some decent guys out here. We got 11 out here tonight. And this track is definitely difficult. Actually, I'm mistaken. I apologize. I thought there was 2 races left. There are 3 races left. Next week just won't be broadcasted. So, the remaining Cup schedule will wait for these guys to get out on track. There's 3 races left in the season. Of course, tonight you got Pocono. Next week, Richmond. And to finish out the season, we go racing at Michigan International. So, 3 tracks, all completely different, left on the schedule. And if Nash has 3 bad races, it could open the door for Nelson to possibly take the championship away. Oh. Hold on a second. I just realized this. Did I open up the wrong... No. I apologize, guys. Give me a second. I realized it said Gen 4 series and not Cup series. There we go. Benjamin Nelson out there on track on his first official lap. We'll see what he can do here. There's a couple notes to put out. Everyone, from what I heard, they will be downshifting in turns 1 and 2. Coming out of 2, they will be staying in 4th into turn 3, and they'll be going back to 5th gear down that long straightaway. Also, fuel runs about 23 to 26 laps. So with this being a 65 lap race, it is a 2-stop race regardless. Which should make it interesting because should look up before. Okay. They only have 3 extra sets of tires. So tire strategy could be a key factor in this race. See, JD Construct actually getting that quick time as of right now. As I say, there goes Michael Nash to the top of the boards. Everyone's putting in quick times. Got cars up top. Now, it does take a couple laps for these guys to get the heat in the tires. I have noticed a lot lately, though. I'm paying a lot more attention to lap times. Usually laps, depending on the track, 5 to 10 is usually the fastest lap of the race. If there's no cautions, of course. Or the fastest lap of the run for their tires. So, see what Benjamin Nelson can do here. Nelson coming across the start finish line for a second lap. Does he improve? He does. He goes quick time, top of the board. Jaden Construct not quite. See what Skyler can do here as he comes across start finish line. Skyler Carnes goes top of the board, 53.57. Skyler, what a lap that was. See what Creedler can do. Creedler was running about a 10th off of Nelson's fastest time. Let's actually ride on board here as Creedler where he finishes up the rest of his lap. Creedler goes through turn 3. Currently 4, almost 5/10 off the quick time. See what we can do to start finish line here. Creedler does improve his time, not quite fast enough to grab that pole position. But Mr. Johnny Brugg, I believe he's on his second lap. Johnny Brugg able to get a better lap time. He goes 4th position. E.J. Warren still on track. Nope, he was not on track. Alright, so we're going to do something a little different here tonight. Usually, I sit here and I go over the starting lineup with you guys. But, just want to...
Good luck, drivers.
Oh, well, let me turn that off. I realized that was on.
Good evening, gentlemen. Sorry I'm late.
Alright, there we go. Just want to bring Gary and his family up right now. You guys got to keep in your thoughts and prayers. Gary, unfortunately, lost his mother this morning. Janine Sargent passed away from idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis. So he's a man that's been putting this league on for I think 20 plus years. So Gary, you're definitely my thoughts and prayers. Losing people is never fun, but when it's someone close like that, it just hits a lot harder. So stay strong, man. There's this phrase I saw when I lost my grandpa. When you lose someone, you never stop missing them. You just kind of learn how to get through life without them being there. So I know it's gonna take some time, man, but can't wait to see you back how you're racing. And once again, thoughts and prayers with you and the family. as we get back to the racing. Skyler Carnes did get that pole position, and I think there's anyone out here that can comfortably stick with that 125 on the long run. I've raced with Skyler before. I've broadcasted for him before. He has really good long run speed, and I'm really interested to see what he can do here tonight at Pocono to maybe get that win, and finally have the student defeat the professor. Also, another guy, shout out real quick, Tyler Merritt qualifying P3. Seeing him qualify pretty well. His struggle all season long has been that long run speed. Let's see if he figures something out here at this track to maybe be able to keep up with these guys on the long run. Hayes car pulls off as we go to starter camp. Skyler Carson leading this flag. That's green flag racing here at Pocono. 65 laps of racing. Skyler and Benjamin going at it door to door down that long front stretch into turn number 1. Oh, Skyler's a little tight there. Washed up the track, almost contact with him and Nelson. Merritt and Brugg going side by side out of turn 1. The outside line prevails. Nelson to the point with Brugg in tow. Tyler Merritt putting it 3 wide going down that second straightaway into the tunnel turn. Tyler Merritt that kind of struggles there. Tyler Merritt going to have to drop in behind Jaden there in 5th as Skyler and Brugg are going at it. Skyler getting loose out of turn 3. Does a really good job collecting that car as they go down that front stretch. No problem, Gary. Easy, man. Skyler, our pole sitter, starting to fall back a little bit there. Kind of struggling to get this car going on these colder tires. Already falling back 3 spots from where he started. Meantime, people like Jaden, he's up 2 spots already from where he started in that 4th position. The track might goes up. Here goes Skyler to the outside of Brugg in that 1 machine. He gets that pass pretty easily going into turn 3. Now he's going to... Oh, we got contact in the back. Warren and Dixon involved. Oh, and Justin Adams. I believe he got through it. No caution yet. That should have been a caution. There's 2 cars involved. No, there's no caution, so let's go back and see what happened there. The slider and the number 6 machine. Go back and watch this from here. DJ got loose up there. Oh, Dixon got loose as well. They didn't make contact. Oh, and Adams. Oh, I think Adams just barely got through that. Take a look at Adams' nose real quick, and then we'll go on board with him. He did get through that. So let's go on board here with Justin Adams as he barely makes it through this wreck. You can hear the contact, but I'm not seeing a lot of damage on that car. We go back to live racing. Top 4 all within a second of a gap. Tyler Merritt starting to make his way back up to P3, and for the most part, that top 4 is right where they qualified at. The only difference is Nelson leading, Skyler in second. Slider can have to come to pit lane to get that damage fixed. Use his fast repair. Oh, he put a set of tires on. I don't think he meant to. The one great thing about here at Pocono is the laps are so long that he maybe went a lap down right there, if that. getting into the wall a little bit. Tyler Merritt and Skylar Carr start going at it. And Merritt getting a little. I was going to look to the inside, but thought otherwise as he goes through the tunnel turn. And they call that the tunnel turn because that's where all the trucks come in and out of, I believe. I would imagine so. That's why you call it the tunnel turn in the other track. Oh, Brugg, hard contact to the outside wall coming out of turn 3. Oh, even harder contact with Wilby back there. We're starting to struggle a little bit here. I did hear from some of the people out there that it does start getting a little loose around lap 5 on these tires, so we can start seeing more people having difficulties. Merritt keeps trying to peek to the inside, but Skylar Carr's doing a great job defending that line. Merritt just can't get around him. They got a pretty good battle to lead, though. So they got 4 guys all in striking distance. You got Jaden back here running in that 5th position. Also, another guy to keep an eye out on is that 60 machine of Michael Nash back there in P7. We haven't seen him have the best short run speed, but when we get these long green flag runs, you start seeing him slowly but surely make his way through the field. Definitely keep an eye on that 60 machine here in a couple laps. We go back to the lead. Skylar Carr still chasing down the professor. Go ahead and pull up some sector data, see how him and Nelson are running. See, Nelson was a little bit quicker in sector 2, which is really that long left-hander, New Hampshire style turn, I think you guess you can call it, turn 3. I've always kind of compared turn 3 to New Hampshire. Turn 2 kind of reminds me a lot of Indy. I can never figure out turn 1. I guess you can consider turn 1 like more of a Nashville super speedway type of turn. I was trying to close that gap there a little bit though. Looks like in that first sector, turns 1 and 2, Skyler is quicker, but I think Nelson's just so much quicker. Plant that power out of turn 3. Allows him to open up all the time he lost. Yeah, you see right there, Nelson a little bit quicker in that second sector. So the 4-7 gap going into 1. Yeah, Skyler is a little bit quicker in 1 and 2, for sure. 4-2, 4-1, this is all draft right here. I think this is when he starts losing time. I think the tunnel turn is what really hurt Skyler on time. You see, that gap went from a 4-0 to a 4-8 just from that tunnel turn alone. Coming out of turn 3, he loses even more ground. Oh, he actually got into the wall there coming out of turn 3. We're watching this battle brew. Michael Nash starting to make his way through the field. I talked about it earlier. Keep an eye on him. He was able to get around Creedler in the 99. Now he's working on Jaden Consark in that 88 machine. Michael Nash, one of those guys who just kind of sit back and let people eat their stuff up, and late in the run, he's there to really get around guys pretty easily. I mean, that's why he's the defending series champion. As of right now, he's looking to go back to back. see on the left-hand side of your screen, Merritt starting, or not Merritt, Karn starting to lose a little bit of time to Nelson, as you see on your screen. Concert got loose coming out of turn 3, open the door for Nash. Nash into P5. I'm kind of curious how Nash is running compared to Johnny. He was a little bit slower there in Sector 1. He had to work his way around Jaden, which kind of slowed him down going down that long front stretch. He does here in Sector 2. Ooh, Tyler Merritt hard in that outside wall. Here comes Brugg to the inside. Not seeing a lot of damage on that 53 machine. That was a really hard hit to the outside wall. Let's go check back in with Gary's Giddy Up drink machine back here. Justin Adams running currently P9 in that really sweet paint scheme. Get a close-up look to it. You have to track the whole weekend. Yeah, I'll be able to track next week. You guys got about 13 more laps, about probably 10 to 13 more laps or so before we start seeing the first guys come to pit lane. We might see the guys come early too. You can probably start seeing guys maybe come around lap 22 if they want to cut this race into 3 evenly. Ooh, someone's way down on the back stretch. Who is that? 88 of Jaden. What happened to him? He just stopped and parked it. What happened? Huh. Jaden must have something going on because he just stopped that car and parked it. Went to pit lane. But from the drop, excuse me, from the drop of the green flag, it's been the Benjamin Nelson show, something we've become very accustomed to in the Cup Series. Wow, we got this long green flag run. We got these Cup guys, they got 3 races left count tonight, and we cannot forget our Gen 4 series. They got 3 races left in the schedule as well. They go racing tomorrow night at Bristol. Transitioning race, the race will start at sunset. Transition at night, the race goes on. 200 laps of racing there. And then after Bristol, they'll go to Vegas. And then after Vegas, their final race will be at Legacy Daytona. So some really exciting races coming up for our Gen 4 series. Oh, Skylar getting really loose there coming off of turn 3. And I won't lie, when I was starting to see people sign up for this session, this was the top 3 I was picturing. Brugg, Nelson, and Carnes. I mean, when it comes to Nelson, I've broadcasted for him these last few months in Cup and ARC and seeing this domination almost everywhere we go. Carnes, I don't think I've broadcasted for him yet here in Noto, but I have raced with him broadcasting for him before in other leagues. So I know what he is capable of. And same with Brugg. Brugg I've been broadcasting for, you know, just like Nelson. But I also got a chance to race with him broadcasting in another league as well. So when it comes to these three guys, oh, there goes Carnes coming off of turn 3, getting loose. Misses the barrels, locks it down. Trying to keep it going. Caution's going to come out because of it. That's not what I saw coming. I jinxed him. Let's go back and get a far chase of this. He was a battling that loose race car. It was a great job. Barely missing the barrels there. That's definitely car control. We'll rewind this and you can just see he's getting loose. He's on the gas trying to save it. Gets on the brakes. Steers into it. Away from the barrels and back out on track. And does a really good job not keeping up going up on the track. Let's go one more time. Let's write cockpit view here. With, I like to call him Watermelon Man. He put a Chastain move to win the race before. On the gas, off, brakes. He's letting it idle at this point. He turns away from the wall to avoid hitting someone else. Skyler. No, Skyler! Why'd you do that? Well, that will probably be Skyler's night, and it is. Dang it! And number 9. But luckily for Dixon, actually, it's going to help him out. It's going to put him back on the lead lap. We'll have 9 guys left out here on track, all on the lead lap. And, this will make it a one-stop race. Possibly. This could turn into a fuel-saving race. Well, we talked about his paint scheme. We're under caution. We'll wait for him to get out, and we'll go ahead and bring on Justin Adams down here. No shocker here. Everyone coming down pit lane. Would imagine everyone takes tires. I would imagine everyone takes tires. Everyone is taking tires. I think he's getting damage fixed right now. While he's getting damage fixed, we'll go ahead and pull down Mr. Justin Adams. What is going on, Justin?
Not too much, my man. Yourself?
Hey, man. Close call early in the race. It looks like you got through it without any damage. Rocking that sexy paint scheme, man. Talk to us about it.
Well, you know, our guy Gary Sarge decided to go ahead and make himself a big old energy drink there. Made with a little bit of gasoline in it. It's unfortunately not helping me go as fast as I was hoping tonight. Kind of struggling finding my lines right now, but I mean this 48 Chevy is just gonna have to figure it out, I guess, and hopefully we'll be able to, you know, try to stick with the pack up front as much as I can.
Well, you know what it is, right? Like gasoline's acting like alcohol, making your vision all blurry and stuff. You know, maybe if you lay off it a little bit.
I mean, you are right. I can barely see straight right now. I mean, windshield's looking like a little bit of water right now. I don't know if they like filled like putting 2 panes of glass here and just kind of, you know, put a little bit of that Gary's energy drink in there, so it's just like I'm feeling the flow. It is a little distracting me, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Alright, man. Good luck the rest of the race and nice pace here.
Alright, thank you.
Pretty sure lights on the pace are turned off. Now this is interesting. Nash and Brugg will be front row. We got a long pace lap here. Let's go back and let's watch Brugg's pit stop. I think Brugg might have just took 2. Fast forward it. See what he does here. Oh no, Nelson overshot. And Tyler did too. You see Tyler struggling in front of him. Yeah, no, Brugg took all 4. Nelson just made a very uncommon mistake, overshot his pit box, and it's going to gain Brugg and Nash a spot each. Actually, Nash jumped 2 spots because he was behind Tyler before that pit stop. So trouble on pit lane, and Tyler actually lost a couple spots. Nash only lost 2. Tyler dropped from 4th, I want to say, all the way back. No, he was technically 3rd. He dropped from 3rd to 5th. So Skyler being the cause of that caution was Skyler in front of him. Tyler would have technically been 3rd, and that mishap on pit lane cost him 2 spots. Well, Brugg's been the guy to know that he wants to lead as many laps as he can early on and push the car to the limit. We'll see what he does here. Pacer's going to pull off. Brugg, Nash.
Green flag.
Green flag is back out. Brugg getting a really great jump. Creeler to the inside of Nelson. Nelson going to go up really high compared to everybody else. Well, kind of running that low line. Nelson kind of running about a lane and a half up off of Creeler, and he didn't get the drive off there. Here comes Tyler Merritt looking to the high side as well. It's definitely been proven that low line is not where you want to be at on a restart. Creeler dropping from 3rd to 5th. It looks like the bleeding has stopped. He's going to be able to fall in behind Tyler Merritt. Brugg to the point. Nash in 2nd. Nelson in 3rd. We got 45 laps of racing to go. And it's going to be interesting. If I know I'm close on fuel, or per se, you know, we just talked to Justin in that 48 machine, who knows you're not racing too well, I say start saving. Oh, and he's going to get tight. He's going to tag the wall, too. Keeps it going straight, and back up to the front. We missed the pass, but Nelson able to get around Nash for that 2nd spot, and Tyler Merritt putting the pressure on the 60 now. Oh, Tyler Merritt into the wall again. Dixon getting loose again. Turn 3 has been everyone's kryptonite tonight. And you see Johnny doing something you usually see in IndyCar in the Indy 500. He's going to the yellow, back up to the wall, trying to break that draft. Pocono, the draft is so effective here. You can really close the gap. You Merritt right on that back bumper of that 60 machine, Michael Nash. You see Johnny there coming off of turn 3, kind of go to the middle of the track, trying to break that draft. Back up to the wall to get his entry into turn 1. Yeah, it's something you see in IndyCar usually. Everybody's snaking it. Tyler kind of falling in the tire tracks on Michael Nash. I've been watching this battle closely. I just don't think Tyler can get the corner entry to get around that 60 machine. Oh, Brugg tagged that wall coming off of turn 3. Go all the way down there. He's actually still gained some time going down that back or front stretch, I mean. I'm watching also Alan Dixon on my overlay. He's starting to make his way through the field. Started in the back on this restart. Slowly but surely, he's starting to pass some guys. Already up 2 spots from where he restarted at. Was down a lap due to a spin coming off of turn 3 early in the race. And, he can keep that car going straight. He's made a pretty good rebound. Back up to the lead we go. That gap has been staying up at a pretty consistent 3 to 4 tenths. Here comes Tyler Merritt. Tyler Merritt maybe looking to the inside of Nash. I don't know if he's cleared him, though. He might be there. He is. They'll be door-to-door going into turn 1. Actually, Merritt's going to send it in deep. Nash trying to look for a drive-off. Merritt going to block that low line. Nowhere for Nash to go. Tyler Merritt into P3. Merritt with a really aggressive dive bomb there into turn 1. Gets it to stick and uses his car as a blockade. Not allowed the 60 to get back around him. That's one of those moves you can't do too many times in a race. It's just going to put too much heat in those tires and it's going to really loosen you up. Back to Mr. Brugg. That gap still about 4 tenths. Well, we've known Nelson, especially in the Gen 4 series, kind of sit back and just bide his time and wait. And once those tires are used up on that one machine, we'll see Nelson pounce. I say give it about probably 6 to 7 more laps, we're going to start seeing Nelson pass Brugg for the lead. I'm kind of curious if anyone can make it on fuel with just one stop. They gotta stop at least once. Question is, who can get away with stopping just one? Let's go check back in with Alan Dixon. Someone who's trying to make his way back through the field. We'll see what times he's running in comparison to car right in front of him, TJ Warren. You see TJ Warren is a little bit quicker there in Sector 1 this time by. We'll see what Sector 2 looks like, and we'll go to the leaders. That gap for the lead is close to just under 2 tenths. You go down the front stretch into turn 1. Sector 2, TJ a little bit slower, but we're going to go to the lead here as Nelson is there right on that back bumper of that number 1 machine. I thought it'd be 6 to 8 laps. It's been only 2 laps since I said it. Probably getting a little loose in that corner. Allow Nelson to possibly look to the inside here going into turn 3. Nelson all the way down there in the rumble strip trying to get a runoff. Can't quite get it done. He's going to be there. He's to the inside of that one machine at the start finish line. Lap 30 is 65. Nelson, our Brugge looks like he might have got to a wall there a little bit. He's going to have that high line though. We've seen the high line prevail here. And also keep an eye on Tyler Merritt. They doorbait coming out of turn 1. Brugge still in the lead, not giving it up that easy. Side draft down the backstretch. Whatever that straightaway is called. Brugge with a really good exit. Nelson going to tuck in behind and try to reposition where he's at to get the pass complete. He knows now, okay, inside not the way to go. With that gap back to Merritt has closed to 7/10 now. It was a second when they started battling. That battle really allowed Merritt, Natch, and Creether to all catch up. Willoughby, he had to go to pit for some reason. Not sure what happened to 18 machine, but he's in threat to get put a lap down here. I like to see how the Willoughby, but this battle up front is getting too good. Brugge was able to fend off the pass earlier. Can he do it again? Let's go on board here with Tyler and see what he sees with this battle going on in front of him. Back to the battle for the lead. It looks like Nelson was to the inside, but not quite. I think Nelson's definitely the quicker car. He just hasn't figured out to get around him. He might have just set it up right here. You saw Nelson enter a little bit higher there in turn 1. Here's Nelson the inside to go into turn 3. Nelson might finally clear Brugge. No, Brugge's still there. Gonna have the runoff. Nelson trying to avoid the side drive all the way down into the checkered pattern down there. Going down that front stretch. They're still side by side there in turn 1. Nelson got it right here. Brugge might be trying to look for a crossover though. Looking for the momentum and corner exit. Can he get it? No. Brugge should have to settle for that second place. How about Tyler Merritt? Someone who we usually see struggle on a long run. He's still up here, only a 5/10 off the Professor. I call him thumbstick, but I don't know why that is. So we got a long green flag run. Let's go on board with 125. I will be right back. I'm back. It looks like Wild's gone. Missed the path for position. Let's go back and watch that. Michael Nash getting around Tyler Merritt at 53. Actually, rewind this a little bit. It looks like this was actually possibly set up out of turn 3, and it was. Yep, there it is right there. Merritt getting a little tight on corner exit. Allowing Nash to get a run. A pretty easy path for that third place position. So if these guys are wanting to make it to the end, they're going to have to go to at least lap 40. I mean, let's see. Let's look at the stint length for these guys. Oh yeah, they should actually, yeah, they should be able to make it one stop, no problem. My math is just off, I guess. There's your stint length right there. Everybody on 19 lap, old tires. Fuel tank getting down there to the fumes. About 4 laps left on these tanks. Nelson's starting to drive away from Brugg as Brugg's starting to be under fire from that 60 machine of Michael Nash, your current points leader. Here's Nash to the inside going into turn 1. I think Johnny just used his stuff. If he's going to try a crossover though, going down that second straightaway, cannot quite get to the inside to side draft him. Johnny Brooks starting to lose spots. He's waiting to go to pit lane for the fresh set of tires. Question is, who goes first? Who starts the train down pit lane? Nelson built up a 2-second lead over these guys. Oh, Nash gets really loose off of turn 3. He's going to open the door for Brugg, but Brugg gets loose. Stays out of the wall and saves it. Wow. Johnny Brugg with the save of a lifetime. Let's go. I want to go back and watch that from his point of view here. It looked like he got loose to the reaction of just trying to get around the 60. See, 60 got loose and... Oh yeah, he's got loose on his own. Never got out of the gas. That is absolutely impressive. Not once did Brugg lift out of the gas there. Lap 40. Stint length is 23 to 60. or 23 to 26. My apologies. They're on 21. Should start seeing some guys come down to pit lane here in a couple laps. 25 to go this time by. You're in that fuel window. Question is, do you want to be the first one down pit lane and risk possibly a green-white checker coming out? But here's the thing. If you come down pit lane, and I've had this happen before, and it's so frustrating. You come down pit lane, top off, barely make it to the end. Caution comes out right before you get the white flag. Then you have to be able to make it back to pit lane. If you can't, you just threw your race away. And that has to be going through drivers' heads. It's like, I got to make sure I have enough if a caution comes out with under 2 to go. Well, I think Johnny might be the first taker, and he is. Here comes Johnny Brugg to pit lane. I think Johnny was speeding. I think Johnny was speeding. Let's take a look, see if we have a black flag. We do not. Johnny Brugg with a really aggressive entry to pit lane gets it done. He'd be the first taker. Get fresh tires. TJ Warren in as well. I don't see Nelson, Nash, Merritt, Creeler staying out too much longer. I don't. Here comes Johnny Brugg. Looks like Nelson set up for a pit entry. He is. Here comes Benjamin Nelson in pit lane. See what Michael Nash does. Michael Nash setting up as well. Merritt, Creeler staying out for one more lap. I was talking about earlier with a lot of tracks you go to. When you're the first down pit lane, you risk going down a lap. Here at Pocono, you don't. Johnny Brugg still on the lead lap, so there's really not a huge risk to shortcut a pit here. Oh, Justin Adams having issues. Will that bring out the yellow? See a lot of smoke. No yellow is out. He gets it going again. Let's go back and see what happens to the Gary's Giddy Up Drink 48 machine of Justin Adams. Comes through the tunnel turn, just gets loose. Locks it down. A lot of tire smoke. Kisses the wall. Surprisingly, that was not yellow. He even threw that thing in reverse. The Creeler coming up pit lane. Tyler Merritt in the pit lane as well. My apologies. The only guy yet to pit is Alan Dixon, which I imagine he does it this time. And he does, so that's going to hand the lead back over to Benjamin Nelson. And Benjamin Nelson, with his pit lane etiquette, I guess you can call it, has increased that gap. No, did he get a black flag? Oh my God, he did. What was it for? I don't like having this up, but I want to... No, it's not. It can't be pit lane speed because he's the first pit box. Let's see. Let's go far chase here. And we'll see what happens coming off of pit lane. Actually, no. Far chase sucks. Whoops. Let's go chase. Let's see what happens here. Does he come up too soon? What was the penalty for? Hold on a second. Okay, so like green cone is your commitment cone out of pit lane. Pit lane speed. Oh no. That's what it was. I didn't think he got it coming out of pit lane. Because he was the first stall. And usually you don't. Tyler Merritt's out of the race too. Wow. That's a game changer. Nelson really needing a caution now. Last time Johnny Brugg raced the Cup Series was a couple weeks ago at Atlanta. I actually had the privilege of racing that race with him. He won that race. Johnny Brugg also started the season in ARCA, 3 for 3. Can he go 2 for 2 in the Cup Series? We got 20 laps to go, and if these guys are short on fuel, it'll be interesting. And actually, now with Justin Adams getting lapped, Nelson has to be in a hurry to get around that 48 machine. Yeah, that was a surprising mistake there by Benjamin, but with pit lane the way it is here, it's so weird because a lot of times when you're the first pit stall, you can just gun it and go and not worry about speeding. With Pocono being the way it is, both entry and exits are weird because it's a really late commitment cone for entry, or no, really early commitment cone. I guess it's a really late commitment cone for exit. Well, Michael Nash, have to look this up while we keep an eye on this. He is closing in on Brugg, and he was in second when that whole green flag pit stop started. Let me look this up real quick. I want to say I have been broadcasting Cup. Michael Nash has never won. But I may be wrong. I know he came super close last season at Darlington. Like super close. Last time Michael Nash was in victory lane was last season, race 6 at Daytona. That was before I started broadcasting. And like I said, I do remember at Darlington, actually early this season at Darlington, he almost had it. I think the gap was like not even a tenth of a second between him and Nelson. So Nash looking to go back to victory lane for the first time in, oh lord, 10 races I believe. Oh, 16 races. And if Nash can chase him down, and he is chasing him down, and get this win, it's almost going to solidify his championship. Brugg is really struggling right now. He is trying his hardest to get a gap on Nash, and Nash is just closing that gap. 3/10 that lap alone. In the meantime, Nelson's starting to really chase down that 48 machine. I think we start seeing Nelson in the screen at any minute. The 48 is right there, and there's Nelson just coming out of turn 1. So Nelson trying to chase down Justin Adams in case we get a yellow. I thought I heard smoke. Or not smoke, tires squealing. I very well may have. I think TJ Warren might be the culprit of that noise. He was. I thought I heard something. Ooh, that was a hard, heavy impact. The outside wall for that sixth machine. And how about this? Dixon, problems early on in the race. He is now running fourth. This solid run being put together by a 33 machine. Back to the lead. There's that gap. 1-2 is the gap now. 14 to go. He's going to have to average about a tenth a lap quicker if he wants to chase down Brugg. And he is. Sector 1 alone. Or that lap. Last lap right there was 2 tenths. Sector 1 alone, he's a tenth quicker. The Nash is going to catch him. Getting around is going to be the hard part. We saw Nelson struggle here on Nash. Or Nelson struggling here on Brugg. And I don't think Brugg's going to let that lead go that easily. Under a second, though. If it gets to the line, 13 to go this time by. Nelson's still about, I would say, 5 seconds off the 48 machine. You're also going to wonder how much of this is Johnny just conserving his tires, knowing the biggest threat to win the race had to come back to pit lane to serve a penalty. He's starting to step it up. Nash with it as quicker in that first sector. I'm on turn 3. Only half a tenth quicker that time by for Nash. Sector 1. Nash, so back to a tenth and a half quicker. That gap now is 7-3. Enter turn 3 here. Coming to 11 to go. Nothing to be keeping my eye on is pending a caution. Nelson is really starting to hunt down that 48 machine. He's right in front of him. About a second and a half off. But we got a good battle room for the lead. Coming to 10 to go. That gap now under half a second. To go here at Pocono. And these are two guys that I don't think I've ever broadcasted for a win against each other. A lot of times it's Nash and Nelson or Brugg and Nelson. I think this might be a first where it's Nash and Brugg going at it for the win with 10 to go. 2 tenths at the gap. Nash starting to struggle now. It was 2 tenths, now 3.5, going up the 4th to come off of turn 3. 9 to go this time by. Bro starting to increase the gap ever so slightly. Take a look at last lap time. I want to say Bro was a little bit quicker. No, he was ever so slightly slower. Nelson finally able to get around Adams. If we do see a yellow, Nelson will be a lucky dog and back in contention to win this race. Oh, Bro with a big bubble somehow catches it. I thought he was heading straight for the outside wall right there. Go. Nash is starting to lose laps to make a move on Brugg. The longer it takes him to catch up, the less and less opportunities he's going to have to get around him. It's gotten to the point where Nash isn't running 2-3 tenths quicker like he was. He's running about the same lap times. We take a look last time by. Nash was actually a little bit more than a tenth quicker. But we are seeing Nash gain a tenth in Sector 1 alone. Brugg has to be driving the wheels off that machine right now. Oh, get loose off of turn 3. And everything he can. 7 to go this time. Last time by, Nash a half a tenth quicker. Seems once you get in a dirty area of these cars, it's so hard to pass. He's getting there. That gap almost under a tenth. It is under a tenth. Looking to the inside, going to turn 2. Can't quite get it done. Johnny broke just the door. Coming out of turn 2. Nash going to have to regroup as they enter turn 3. One 6 is a difference. 6 to go this time by. Nashville's gonna look to the inside. Brugg shuts the door. This is where Nash really gained a lot of ground last lap. 0.9 is the difference. It's going to look low again going into the tunnel turn. He's going to enter a little bit shallower. Going to try to get the drive off here. What a show these were putting on. 5 to go this time by. I think Brugg might have been quicker that last time by. Laps come in. No, they ran dead even. With that gap under a tenth. For the first time tonight going into turn 1. Nash just can't quite get there. Brugg's going to get loose on that low line. Nash going to look for a drive off. He's going to get it on the outside. They almost make contact. Brugg collects it. Nash to the lead. Michael Nash never made contact. Brugg just got loose. And that's put Nash to the lead with 5 to go. Michael Nash looking to go back to victory lane for the first time in 16 races. No, 17. Oh, Brugg's gonna get loose again. Chasing it all the way down the straightaway. I saw Michael Nash. Brugg is just struggling way too much right now. How about Creeler? We have not really talked about him. He is sitting very quietly and comfortably in that third place position. Go back to these two. And they always joke when Nelson's out there, they're like, when you finish second, you're really the winner when you're racing against Brugg. No, not Brugg. I mean Nelson. But Nash is out there beating Brugg right now, and he is putting on a show. Michael Nash started P7, up 6 spots from where he started at. He is your current points leader, coming to 3 to go here tonight, and he is going to have some bonus points coming his way tonight. You're currently your biggest mover. He has led a lap, and if he can get this win, like I said, he will basically pretty much solidify a back-to-back championship run here in the No Toad Cup Series. We can't not mention Benjamin, though. Out there leading all sorts of laps tonight. Mistake on pit lane coming out. Thought he could hit the gas. And got caught speeding. Had to serve a penalty. He's going to unfortunately finish P5. We mentioned him earlier. Alan Dixon was involved in an early race non-caution incident. Had to go a lap down, get his fast repair used. He's going to be out here 4th and finish comfortably in 4th. We go back to that 60 machine of Michael Nash. He's going to have about a lap and a half to go. All he wants to see is that white flag. He knows once he gets that white flag, that 7/10 second gap on Johnny Brugg, it's just going to be smooth sailing here. 1 to go here at Pocono. Michael Nash looking to go back to victory lane. I don't think there's anything Brugg can do. He's 6/10 back. He's going to have to put in a qualifying lap of 20 plus old tires. Nash entering that tunnel turn for one last time. Down that short straightaway into turn 3. Michael Nash rolling through turn 3 one last time here tonight. Johnny Brugg throwing a haymaker in there. Michael Nash will finally head back to victory lane and solidify a great points night and pretty much another championship. What a run that was for Nash. Brugg will come in second. Creeder will come in third. Alan Dixon 4th. Nelson, even with that speeding penalty, still puts together a top 5 run. Justin Adams will come across 6th. TJ Warren was having a great run until he smacked that wall. He's going to come across P7. These will probably be some burnouts he has been waiting to do. That was it? Come on, Michael. I'm you care for that. While we wait for these guys getting podium finishers, there's Rocket Man. There's Nash. Wait for one more. Give it about a minute. Well, while we wait one more time, let's go over what these Cup guys got left on the schedule. Everyone's going to be trying their hardest to chase down that 60 machine and try to sneak a championship away, and it's not going to be easy. But next week they go to Richmond, and after that they will go to Michigan, and that will conclude the 25th season here for No Toad as we look forward to season 26. But it looks like we're not going to get Creeler in there. So we'll go in reverse order. Oh, his standings are updated. Let me see if I can't pull that up first real quick. They are. So I don't think it's going to show. No, that's not going to show right. So this is what the point standings are looking like with 2 races left in the season. Michael Nash sitting at first with 345 points. Benjamin Nelson is going to be 57 points behind him. TJ Warren's going to be 65. Alan Dixon's going to be 67. So, I mean, I don't know if it's going to be possible. But hey, never say never. Let's go ahead and actually pull up our race winner. Michael Nash, what is going on?
Hey, Isaac, how's it going?
Hey man, I actually had to go look in the archives there and figure out the last time you were in Victory Lane, because I've never seen you get to Victory Lane here in this in Noto since I've been broadcasting. I did see you won last season at Daytona, so you're finally back into Victory Lane. You come into tonight with a pretty dang good points lead. You get the win and pretty much solidify back-to-back championships, man. What was going through your head when you heard Nelson had that speeding penalty?
First of all, I couldn't believe it because he always gains 3 or 4 seconds minimum on us on pit road, and I'd pit with him. I was pacing with him, so I didn't see him speeding. I didn't know what happened, but then I saw he wasn't in front, and I knew I'd caught Johnny on the second run, but I figured that was because he and Ben had battled so hard. But sure enough, I kept ticking off a tenth at a time, and my car kept feeling good. You know, when you can see the lead, it handles better. And anyway, it was fun.
Yeah, talking through that, because you gained and gained and gained, and then you finally got to his bumper with about 11 or 12 to go, and you just couldn't go nowhere. Were you at one point thinking, like, how in the hell am I get around him? Because it seemed like wherever you tried to go, it just didn't stick for you.
Yeah, it was. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I knew I was running out of laps pretty fast when we got down to 6 or 7, and I was gaining it on him. I think that's where I was making up time on him. The entire run was on the straightaways. He may have had some damage, but when I'd catch him at the end, and then we were even through and out of the corners, and I just couldn't get a run on him.
All right, man. Well, welcome back to Victory Lane, and I mean, it's not guaranteed. It's only 57 points, but we got 2 races left, and it's gonna be a difficult task. We would need 15, 20 car fields, but good luck next week at Richmond. So I'll be at the actual race, so it won't be broadcasted. And now's the chance for shoutouts.
Well, I tell you what, I want to give a shout out to the NASCAR official for giving Ben that penalty. It only cost me $20, and I imagine next week it'll cost me more now that he's seen how effective it is. So that's just kidding, Ben. No, I'm trying not to rub salt in the wound, but I want to thank you for the broadcast, the league, and all the sponsors. Good time.
Yeah, in case you're wondering what it was, is pit exit, which is weird because he was the first pit stall.
Really, he got up to speed that quick?
Yep, it was a pit exit that got him. I was confused too.
Well, Isaac, it's because he saw the intimidating number 60 behind him.
All right, man. Well, congrats on getting back in victory lane, and like I say, good luck next week.
Thanks, Isaac.
All right, next let's bring up Rocket Man Johnny Brugg. Unfortunately, the Rocket ran out of fuel or just didn't get its speed quick enough, man. Coming up a spot short. Man, what was going through your head there with closing laps? You tried and tried and tried to hold off that 60 machine. It looks like you just got loose and couldn't get regathered.
Yeah, I saw him getting closer and closer on the relative. I knew I was gonna have to try and hold him off. So my goal was to try and stay in front of him, take the air off his nose, and make him work for it. But I didn't really make him work for it that much because I got loose and he just went right around me in turn one. So, yeah, he just had better long run speed than me. I don't know what I did wrong to the tires. I know I had 13 seconds of optional repairs that maybe hindered it, but I looked at my car, it didn't look too damaged. But I don't know. Michael went out there and earned his win. So it was a good race. It was fun. Happy to see Nash take victory lane.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't say you handed it to him. You had him off a pretty good amount. He was up there. He gained on you, and then he was kind of stuck in that 10th to 2/10 bubble for a couple laps until you got loose in the corner. But
Yeah, that's that area where like I'm taking his air off his nose, and these cars they get so tight when you're behind someone that close. So I was hoping to be able to just stay in front of him right there, but I just got loose and won and had to gather it up to save it.
well, I just now noticed this. It was actually the points leader in the 2 series of Rockets going at it for the win. So maybe we'll see a rematch tomorrow night.
Very well could.
But now's the chance for shoutouts, man. And congrats on the P2.
I'll just shout out to my friends and family who tune in and watch the broadcast. Everybody who makes NTRL what it is. Special shout out to Sarge. He just had a family loss, so prayers and condolences out for him and his family. But yeah, very happy we could all be here tonight for the broadcast and put on a good race.
All right, man. Talk to you later.
Yeah.
That's that. One guy we didn't get an interview was this 99 machine, John Creeler. He was your P3 finisher. But that will conclude tonight's broadcast. And we will see you guys tomorrow night as Gen 4 bring their 900 horsepower low downforce cars to Bristol for 200 laps of action-packed racing.